Hello and welcome to this taster call called Showing Up in Your Business. And I'm Reshma George. For everybody who doesn't know me, I'm an access consciousness bars facilitator. I've also been doing healing and various different modalities for the past 8 years. Um, and that's a little bit about me. So if there's any question you have about that, do let me know in the chat and I'll be happy to answer. And you're all going to be muted for now. So if you have any questions, either unmute yourself or put it in the chat and I'll look at the chat. Okay, so what does showing up, and guys, this is not going to be a monologue, it's going to be a dialogue. So I'd really appreciate if you guys can, sort of interact with whatever your point of views are on this topic. So what is showing up for business for you? What does it mean? Like, what is the definition that you have about showing up in business? Guys? Yeah. Yes, Vijay.
Yeah, showing up in business is like getting new leads or new businesses or building multiple revenue streams.
Sorry, your voice is a little blurred. Can you say that again? Creating a recognition in the business. That's what Dhara says. Okay. And what else? Rajeshwari, do you want to say something? Purnima?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
For me, business, a lot of opportunities.
Okay. What else?
For me, it's creating something new.
Creating something new within the same business or creating a different business altogether?
It can be within the same business, a new entity, a new model or something like that, or it can be a different business completely.
Right. Okay. What else? Okay, cool. So everywhere you've concluded showing up in business means creativity, coming up with something new and coming up with something way out of the world. And so what are the point of views you have around that? Do you believe that you don't have that kind of creativity? Do you believe that you're not capable of it or you don't have the skill set of it? Do you believe that you don't have? Yeah, Rajeshwari?
Can you hear me? I've
Yes.
unmuted. You will be surprised that I have this very weird feeling. I'm a psychotherapist, and I was abroad for more than 8 years, and I'm internationally trained and all that. That huge experience, very very capable. I don't believe myself, but the whole world believes me. Okay, and I say I create miracles and all, but I don't have that confidence. That's why I'm here, and I don't know what stops me.
Right. Okay,
I don't.
can I stop you there? Can I stop
Yeah,
you right there? So
yeah.
you said that, hey, you know what, I have this really huge experience and I come with a lot of experience and people say that I'm miraculous and I facilitate that in their life.
Yeah.
And okay, so I'm just catching up on the energy there. So
Mm.
do you believe that you actually create it? You actually facilitate that? Or are you like, nahi tukke se ho gaya, matlab by chance?
No, that somehow I have been such a blessed person. Everything comes on my lap rather than I go behind anything.
Yes, Rajeshwari, but I'd like to point out that unless you actually choose it, it cannot come and fall into your lap.
Okay, okay.
Vijay, could you please mute yourself? It's echoing and I'm unable to mute you.
Me?
No, not you.
Yeah, I'm muting.
Okay. So, Rajeshwari, so where have you decided that all that you do or all that you be for your clients is a blessing that comes from somewhere outside of you? You're blessed. So you're always giving away your power to somebody else.
Yeah, always.
And is that working for you? Is that working for you?
Not really all the time, right, Reshma?
Exactly. Actually, it doesn't work. It never
Yeah,
works when you give away your power to somebody else. So
absolutely.
very often showing up in business means that um, showing up in business for a lot of us means a particular thing. It could be coming up with new products, new services, new classes. It could mean being out there in the market, saying that, oh, this I am this person who exists, like, I do this thing now. Showing and there's so many people who also believe that showing up in business means creating amazing creatives, like maybe graphics or maybe attractive videos, and putting yourself out there. But what if showing up in your business was you acknowledging the brilliance that you truly be? That is
Yeah,
the first step of you showing up in your business. Until and unless you acknowledge how brilliant you are and the capacities you have in actually creating that business or providing that service or providing that product to whoever, your customer, whoever it is, until you actually truly acknowledge your capacities with that, you're always going to feel that there's something that is amiss.
mm,
You're,
agree.
you're always going to feel like, oh, there's something I still lack. Or there's something that there's something that mere se nahi ho pa raha.
Yeah,
So what the first step to actually changing that is acknowledging how amazing you are. And not in a cocky way, right? Not saying, I know I'm amazing and I can do really great job,
no,
but in
no,
actual,
yeah,
in actual true sense that, okay, I'm really grateful that I am owning and acknowledging my capacities that I have with this thing.
right,
It could be psychotherapy, it could be any form of healing, it could be even any product or service that you provide, right? Like
yeah,
even Facebook, right? Like, how did it come into being? It was only two people who actually started the business. And when Mark actually he actually understood that he has a capacity with it, he started hiring people to work for him. And it eventually grew. It didn't grow overnight, it grew very quickly. But
yeah,
he had to acknowledge that he had the capacity with creating a networking site. Now,
yeah,
did he know that Facebook would show up the way it shows up today? Like, we're all on Facebook all the freaking time. We do business there. We connect with people there. Well, relationships are formed there. There's just so much that happens on Facebook. So instead of concluding that you're not good at it or you don't have a capacity with it, you
yeah.
start acknowledging the capacity that you have with it.
Okay.
That's the first step to actually creating and showing up in your business. Now, once you actually acknowledge the capacities, you have to get out of the definition of what your capacities can do.
Mm,
Right? So say, for example, if I'm a business growth analyst. Okay.
okay.
Let's just call me that. Okay. I'm a business growth specialist. I grow people's businesses. Okay. I set people's systems up. I do a lot of back end work. Now, if I conclude that it is the back end of a business is not something that actually what I'd like to be known for, and it's not important and it's not relevant, and it's like that stepchild, right? Like, okay, it's there, it's important, but it's not very important. Like, it's okay, fine, I don't want to be known as that. And if I conclude that it's can you hear me?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, no, I just showed my internet is unstable, so I just want to make sure. So when I sort of conclude that my capacities with setting up backends or anything to do with business is irrelevant and is not important, then I make it that thing that is not important and something I want to hide rather than exponentialize.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting a sense of what I'm trying to say? So
Yes.
instead of defining what your capacities can do or how irrelevant it is or how unimportant it is because it comes to you with so much ease, how
Mm-hmm.
about acknowledge that you have a capacity and then make a demand of yourself to use it. to your advantage.
Yeah, but somewhere there is some uncomfortability in my body.
So what is that uncomfortable feeling?
That acknowledging myself that yes, I'm good at it.
So what will happen if you acknowledge?
Not able to believe, not able to, is it like that?
So are you waiting for somebody else to acknowledge? Who would have to acknowledge you so that you can finally show up as you?
Yeah, somewhere outside, I always look out somebody
Yeah,
else.
so who is that person? Who is it? Your father? Is it, I don't know, is it your husband? Who is it? Who, or is it, I don't know, who is it that you wish you would be acknowledged by
Yeah.
that would get you to actually look at the capacity that you have? Guys, and this is not only Rajeshwari, right? Rajeshwari is being a guinea pig here and she's just speaking up, so I'm using her as an example. But if for each of you, who would have to acknowledge you so that you actually start to acknowledge yourself? Like, what would have to occur for you to actually start acknowledging yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I have a different problem. Like what I've generally seen is that I mean, I have this tendency to go tell people before my plans before things get to be done or whatever. So even if it's a very close one who's a well-wisher and who's happy with my plan, the day I go and tell them the plan, something happens that I don't manifest it. Though it's like everything is a very clear path and all that. So I don't know
So
why that.
I'm a little confused. What do you mean by that plan? Like, what plan? About what?
Like anything, like say business, I'm planning to open a new this thing. I have the market ready, the product is ready, and it's just about to get launched. So the day I go tell this to someone that before it launches, when I go and tell someone that this is what I'm thinking about, I'm going to do this XYZ, or even at the initial stage, in case I'm
Right.
all into it and I go tell someone that this is what I'm going to do, though the situation looks very favorable, something happens that it does not work out.
Right. Kavya, have you done Access?
I've done Access.
Have you? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Have you done
I've done
Access?
Access. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's my point of view or something.
No,
Whether
so
I've
have you heard Gary and Dane say just for me, just for fun, don't tell anyone?
yeah, I forgot that. I've not been using that.
Yeah, so there's a reason why he says that. So why does he say just for me, just for fun, don't tell anyone? When you share an idea, and let's just take business, right? Because now we're in the conversation of business. When we share a business idea with somebody who may not necessarily contribute to your business, now ask a question there, right? Don't go into conclusion that that person won't be contributive, but who you're just sharing it with may have a lot of point of views about that idea. Now, even if you want to believe you're not psychic, you're way more psychic than you actually acknowledge. So subconsciously you pick up those point of views and you make it yours, and you're like, okay, yeah. Then you start concluding that, oh, this may not work, or whatever. You start head tripping on the point of views you pick from their head. And that's the reason why Dane and Gary keep saying, just for me, just for fun, don't tell anyone. So until you actually create that, and also there's another aspect to this, right? Only if you think that other people's point of view will affect your creation, that's when it actually will affect your creation. Do you have that point of view, Kavya?
It may not be affect the creation. I feel I'll be better in their eyes or something when I'm not doing some work, telling people that I'm doing something, or like it's not that I'm playing with time or something like that.
Right. So everywhere we're seeking validation to actually, we're seeking validation for us to finally acknowledge ourselves. Could we please just run and hit that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, popcorn, online shorts, person, beyonds. So guys, let's go to this whole validation bit. So what is the value of truly seeking validation all the time?
Attention seeking, I think.
So what is the value of that? Why do you do it? Like, attention, what happens when you get attention?
Maybe to make people make them aware that yes, we also exist. Look at it.
So if people don't acknowledge that you exist, would you not exist?
Not necessarily.
So everywhere you've decided that your creation or your business will only exist when other people validate you. Could you please just try and unclear that?
Absolutely, yes.
Right, Rangat, Bad Popper, online shorts, boys and beyond. Everywhere the source of your life and living and the source of your business lies in somebody else's hand. Could you please just try and unclear that?
Yes.
Right, Rangat, Bad Popper, online shorts, boys and beyond. Okay, we have a few questions. Dara says, creating a recognition in the business. Recognition is equal to clients who give enough income to lead a life with ease, joy, and glory. Okay, which just says building multiple revenue streams. Parth says, I have a fear of online, like facing the camera. I get nervous. Define own business goals and take action to actualize it. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to go with the energy, and Parth, I'm going to actually answer your question. And with Jay and Dhara, I'll come to the creating revenue streams in a bit. So Parth, are you there? Okay, yeah. Parth, would you like to have a conversation with me? Parth? Oh, this is Pooja. Okay, Pooja, would you like to have a conversation with me?
Yeah, Reshma, I would like to have just because
Awesome.
I'm in the kitchen, I'm not putting on the video.
That's fine. That's absolutely okay. So what are the point of views? What will get created if you actually face the camera? If you go Facebook Live, let's just say.
You know, when I face the camera, I'm blank. I'm not able to speak. Like even now, when I have to talk online, it is very difficult for me. I don't know why. And I've been walking and asking this question, okay, what is stopping me? I'm not getting any clarity about it.
Okay, there are two things that come up when you say this. One is, how much do you doubt yourself that, okay, I may say something stupid, or I may make a mistake, or I may say something irrelevant.
No, this energy is not there in it. Only thing is I'm not able to talk. Like I'm ready to move up. Okay, I'm ready to receive judgment, but still I have that fear of facing a camera.
Is it fear or is it excitement? Truth.
Fear, excitement, fear, excitement, fear, excitement. Both 50-50.
It can't be.
I know that is supposed to not supposed to be.
Yeah. So how much do you love being the effect of this whole feeling of fear, or the whole lie of being in the fear?
Yeah.
So everywhere you're so comfortable to hide yourself rather than actually show up. Could you please just run and clear that?
Yes.
Right, Shangar, Bad Popper, online shorts, boys and beyond. The fear and excitement are very similar energies.
Yeah.
Right. So it may seem like the same thing, but it's really not. So every time this uncomfortable feeling or this whole thing of, oh my God, I don't know what to say. Oh my God, what will I do? Oh, maybe, all of that, when that whole jittery feeling comes up, ask, okay, so truth, am I excited?
Okay.
Okay, go to a question. Do not conclude that it is a particular thing.
Yeah, that is what I told you, that I'm asking this question. I have lots of, I've created in my book, I've created, I can take up this as a call, and, I can do this, I can do this. But I don't know, somehow I'm not picking it up or I'm not doing it. So, the question, why or what is this that is stopping me?
So are you scared of
people's judgment?
Okay.
Maybe that might be an underlying reason, but I'm not getting that clarity.
So are you scared that you'll be successful and people will judge you? Truth.
It's not the judgment of the people, but it's the judgment of my family, which is coming up just now.
Oh, that's brilliant. So you always want to be under the effect and a little less than your family. Like one step.
Yes, that is what is coming up. That energy is coming up just now.
Not
Okay,
sure
wait.
that I am getting the energy of a childhood.
Just one moment. Kavya?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm getting.
One moment. I'll get you in a minute, okay? So Pooja,
Yeah.
everywhere you're still choosing to be under the effect of your family, and everywhere you have concluded that if you become way more successful than your family, they will leave you, or you will be disowned by them, or you will be left alone. Could you please just run and share that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, or online shorts, boys and beyond. You'd rather, okay, so truth, would you rather suffer than actually outcreate your reality?
No, I want to outcreate it.
You want to, which means you.
Yeah.
Which
So
also
how do I come out of it?
Huh?
How do I come out of it?
Okay. So you remember what was the first step? Is to acknowledge your brilliance.
Yeah.
The second step was to actually make a demand of yourself.
Okay.
So when you make a demand of yourself to show up on your business, what do? When you make a demand, okay, I demand that I create this in my world. I'm choosing to create this in my world. I'm committing to create this in my world. Okay. And what does that mean? That means you will be and do whatever it takes to actually create that.
Yeah.
Okay. So be and do whatever it takes to actually create that means even if this whole fear, or so-called fear that you call fear, even if that shows up, you will still put your posters out. You will still create your classes. You will still create sessions. You will reach out to people and say, hey, you know what, this is what I do. Would you like, would you know anybody who would like that service? So don't try to sell anything to them, but ask them if they would, if there's anybody who would like to use that service.
Okay.
Okay, so now go with the energy, right? At times you will get that, okay, I could probably invite this person. I could probably tell this person that I do this. Maybe that person is requiring. So follow your knowing about it and ask the question, okay, would this person receive this information? And go with the knowing and go with that and just go with the energy and just say, hey, you know what, this is what I do. And do you think you require this? I mean, is this something you're looking at? Okay, so every time, so yeah, sorry.
No, nothing. Just tell me. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm listening.
Yeah, so every time, so you guys know that I host a lot of classes, right? I also put out my own classes. And whenever I reach out to somebody for any class, I first ask them, hey, is this something that you're looking for? I don't bombard them with information.
Yeah.
The first question to them is, hey, is this something that you're looking for? Is this something that you would like to do? Or is this information relevant to you? And if they say yes, and if they would like that information, then I go ahead.
Yeah.
Right? So and if at any point I feel that this person, when I make a call or when I reach out to somebody, if I feel that this person is not going to receive the information and gets really heavy for me, I just say hi, hello, and I just ask them how they are doing. If they require any contribution from me, and I just leave it at that. I don't necessarily have an agenda with any kind of creations that I make. And you know what? There are times that no clients show up. But that does not mean that I stop creating.
Yeah, very true.
I go to the next creation. Okay, what next? What can I create next? Okay, what next? Okay, cool. I goofed up in this call. I goofed up in this live. I said something stupid. Okay, cool. What next? What's right about that? I'm not getting. Okay, now what next? And if something is not light, I will say it's not light.
Yes.
Okay, so the one thing that I've been making myself the most wrong for is not following my awareness, because every time when I asked and I got, it was heavy and I still went ahead with it. And then after a particular point of time, it got really messy. And I, you know, then like there's nothing wrong in things getting messy, but the thing is, it could have turned out better if I would have followed my knowing. Now, instead of me going into the wrongness of that, I always use that as awareness for me. That whenever I do something that's heavy for me, it doesn't work for me. So I always follow the light.
Okay.
No matter who says what. So
Yeah.
are you willing to be that committed to yourself? Are you willing to demand that out of yourself? Are you willing to sort of really truly acknowledge whatever is required in that moment?
Okay.
And that may not come very easily, right? Because as a child, we've been told that you're a child, you don't know, you need to be taken care of, you need to be told, you're so careless. Like I am turning 30 in another 4 months, but my mother still tells me, you're so careless, you don't know how to do it, you're so careless. And she's certainly functioning from the whole conclusion, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, if that's what she wants to believe, so be it. Cool, works for me. She's having fun with that point of view, I'll have fun too. So if I didn't buy that point of view, would I still trust my knowing? And would I still acknowledge what I know? And would I still follow the lightness? Even if she thinks that I don't know.
Yeah.
So how many of us are still at the effect of our point of views that we bought as a child and we've been told as parents, or we keep telling our children as parents that this is not right, or this you don't know, or you're a child? Everything that is, would you please just try and hear that?
Yes.
Right,
I have been doing this
or,
with my kids.
sorry, you have.
I used to do this with my kids, but after coming to Access, I've stopped doing that. But I think I've got stuck somewhere in my.
You've got stuck somewhere. What question is that? So this is what I'm talking about, guys. You know, we make these statements that constantly make ourselves believe that we're stuck. We're stuck. We're stuck. Okay, I'm stuck here. I feel stuck. Oh, I feel stuck. Like, what if you asked a question there?
Okay.
What if you ask, okay, what is this? What can I do with this? Can I change this? And if so, how can I change this? Right?
Right.
Yeah. Kavya, you were saying something. What was that? And it had something to do with childhood.
No, I just got the energy where she spoke that time that it's something connected to her childhood or some incident connected to the childhood where the pattern came up. I think you spoke.
Oh, right. Cool.
Thank you.
So that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like Kavya was like 5 steps ahead of us and she's like, hey, that. Can you talk about that? And I stopped her there because that time the energy was not calling for that, but I had to address something else there. And so this is exactly what I'm talking about. We all know what we know. Can we just acknowledge that we know what is required? Like in a day, we say the phrase, I don't know, a zillion times, if not less.
Yes.
I think actually more. So, I'll give you a home play, okay? I'll give you a home play. Count the times you say, I don't know. Just count it.
Okay.
At
times it is not through words, but definitely sometimes through the thoughts we do go into that not knowing and unconsciousness. But I
Right.
stopped myself. Yeah.
Yeah, and what if when you catch yourself thinking, okay, I don't know यार मैं क्या करूँगी, मुझे पता ही नहीं क्या करूँगी. When you go into that spiral,
Cycle. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, when you go into that spiral, you catch yourself and you're like, no. If I actually knew, what would I actually do? If I truly knew, then what would I do here? Or what would I be here? What is required of me here? These are few questions you can ask,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. That will help.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Any other questions, guys? Any questions?
So Reshma,
Yeah.
hi.
I
Could you talk about sorry about my phone. Could you talk about with how you have a capacity with taking business, like making business greater. So could you talk about what are the tools or what kind of awareness do you use or what kind of questions do you ask to sort of be in that energy of every business that you engage with becomes greater?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the question. So whenever so it's not something that I acknowledged earlier, that when I actually tap into a business, I'm always connected to it. I don't cut off from the business. And like, I thought that I separated from business. Like, it's never somebody else's business and my business. Like, I thought that I did that. And cognitively, like, I would head trip about the whole idea that somebody else's business and my business. But it's only now that I acknowledge that business is one for me, and I am always tapped into the energy of what the business is and what it requires. Even if I am having a fucked up day, I'm still so present with the business, and I still ask the business a question. I still ask, okay, what do you require of me today? What do you require of me today? And I'm very committed to the business. So how often do we sort of exit? That's the word I'm getting. Exit from our business just because we're having a tough day with our family, because we're having a tough day with something else, with our body. Well, okay, I don't want to look at my business today. You know what? It's just too much of work. And that's what actually kills anything. Even if you don't do anything for that business, or even if like an action, right? Even if you don't do, it's like just tapping into the business and saying, hey, you know what? I'm right here. It's like talking to a friend. Like, when your best friend comes and is like, hey, I want to talk to you. Please talk to me. Please talk to me. And you don't not answer her call, right? She needs you. But what you do is you call her and say, hey, you know what? I'm having a really bad day. So can we talk tomorrow? And that's exactly what I do with the business. So I tap into the energy of the business and say, hey, what do you require? And I do, and it's funny. I have these moments of creation, right? Okay, this needs to go out right now. And it's just that it won't leave me until I actually put it out. It will keep nudging at me like, okay, put this out there right now, reach out to this person for this. I have clear information about what you require. And it's not that only I have that capacity. It's each one of us has that capacity. And are we tapping into that? And how committed are we to that? Like, I was having this really interesting conversation with a friend yesterday, and I was just talking to her about this particular pattern I have about choosing something, and when it doesn't work out, I go into the wrongness of it. And she told me, how committed are you to making yourself wrong? And that's the exact same question I'm going to ask you. So when you create something and it doesn't work out the way you'd like it to, how committed are you to going into the wrongness of you and the business, or how committed are you to creating the business, regardless of what showed up? Does that answer your question, Preet?
Yes, thank you.
So how committed are we, guys, to sort of create our business, or how committed are we to destroy it? Okay, so these are certain things that you ask yourself, and you see what gets created from there, right? It's not like one tool will change the face of your business, and it may as well, but it's about what is required of you today for your business, with respect to your business. Like, what is required? Okay, I can go on and on this topic, because I'm not even kidding you. I love business. I've been doing business from the age of 17. And my first business was an event management company. And I had no idea that I would be having my own business and I'd be setting up businesses. So I can really go on this topic. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer that.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi. So
Can you
now
say your
that,
name, please?
this is Sanhita.
Sorry?
Sanhita.
Danita.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now that we are in the lockdown phase, so we get some time. So it just so happened that my side business was not doing good from a long time, and one day I just read all the access materials that I have, and attended some sessions and did clearing full day, and in the evening things showed up, and things showed up really well, like they should. But then, so that was like a good moment. But from the next day onwards, again, it went low. So, do I have to, practice the entire day to get desired results? Or, is there something better I can do to make
Can
things?
I ask you a question?
Sorry?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please.
Do you breathe every moment of every day, or do you just take 1 hour in the day, you breathe all the air you need for throughout the day, and then you don't breathe?
Every moment.
Yeah. So what do you what do you think the business requires? You can't it doesn't need practice, but what it requires is for you to be always tapped into the energy of your business. So when the things showed up, did you conclude कि हाँ अब आज से तो पूरी तरीके से मेरा business take off करेगा, मुझे कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं?
हाँ, मतलब वही सोचा था, फिर नहीं हुआ. Next day से फिर से losses हो गया. So only one
So
day.
how?
But what I'm understanding is that because that day I was fully into the business, the entire day I was in the mood that no, this is gonna happen, and maybe that's why. But from the next day onwards, I would only, whenever I log into the portal, only then I would think about it, and things started
Exactly.
happening.
So the whole day you were checked into your business, and you were present with your business, and it was like yeah, okay, I'm here, right? And then the next day you checked out, okay, मैंने तो पूरा काम कर लिया, अभी business खुद ब खुद चलेगा, I'm going to check out. You checked out of your business, and guys, you are the source of your creation. You cannot check out of either your body or your business or anything that you're creating,
Okay.
right? So you got to tap, not have to, it's a choice, of course. You got to tap into the energy of your business constantly.
Okay.
Okay.
What are the
Cool.
questions I can ask myself when I wake up in the morning to, get through the day?
We've actually covered a lot of questions. Have you been on the call since the start?
Oh, not really. I actually missed it because I had another call.
No problem. So I think the recording of this call will be sent out by Vijay or me, one of us.
Oh, yeah, sure. I will watch that. Not an issue.
Yeah. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And before we'd almost come to the end of the class. And this was a taster to an hour's class that I'm doing tomorrow. I have a class that's called Showing Up in Business, which is going to be way more elaborate than this is. And if you'd like, it's for $550. If you'd like, you can reach out to me. I'm also a business whisperer. That is, I tap into the business and sort of give you awareness. actually take you along with it and sort of get awareness about what your business requires. So if that's something that you're looking at, you can reach out to me on that as well. And Simran, tomorrow is okay. So my number is 9766481146. So if you'd like to reach out to me, either you can message me on that number, you can reach out to Vijay and he'll forward you my number. Yeah, so reach out to me and I'll get you on the next call. That's tomorrow. It's from 6 to 6:45, or we can go up till 7. So if you guys are interested, do reach out to me and I'll be happy to have you on the call. Cool? Are we good to go?
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much, Vijay, for calling me and inviting me to have this class here. And I'm very grateful for all of you who joined us. And my number, I'm going to put it in the chat so that you can copy it. And I'm just going to give you a minute to copy the number. Thank you so much, Namrita, and thank you so much for joining me. And I'm very grateful, guys, you're here. I mean, we were approximately 22 of us on the call, and thank you. It's been amazing. Thank you for your questions. Your questions create the class. So thank you, guys. Bye-bye. See you.
Thank you.